Welcome to Pennsylvania once again, and it's time for another episode in our Union Canal series. Recently we haven't had a whole lot of luck, I guess you could say, with seeing where some of the locks were. I think the last lock we saw was number 19, just outside of Union Waterworks. We didn't get permissions for 20, 21, or 22. 20 and 22 I thought maybe I would, but anyway, it didn't work out. I don't think it will. But anyway, the winds of change are coming, at least for this video. On some land here, we'll get to visit locks 23 and 24, hopefully. So this belongs to the Swatara Creek Watershed Association. I believe that's what it's called. If I mangled that name up, I'll put it down below. But yeah, there's camping here. You got picnic things here. I think you have to call in for reservation. But there's some land right up here along the edge of the road. This is Black's Bridge Road up here. This is actually a separate piece of property up here, and actually the canal is right in there, but it doesn't belong to this property. But I do have permission to explore that property, and as I usually say in these videos, and the property owner did ask for me to say it, you know, I do have permission to explore through there, but just because I have permission doesn't mean that you do. Okay, if you want to explore in there, you need to get permission yourself. I also met the person that's the president of the land of this area here too, the Watershed Association. All right, so let's get to exploring. Let's get to finding 23 and 24. Oh, I do have permission for the next property over as well. So I'll be exploring two properties here today. I just want to quick show this to you too. This is an old map of the area. Because you can see right there, locks 23 and 24, they're pretty close to each other. And we'll be exploring this kind of area right in here. Right here's the Swatara Creek, and then right here's the canal. Later today we'll be down this way. Alright, so let's get to exploring. Not terribly hot today. Chance of some thunderstorms, probably a bit muggy as well. Yeah, I should mention where we were in the last video is just down the way. The property that Lock 22 is on is between where I am now and where I filmed last time. Oh yeah, it is called the Swatara Watershed Park, that's what it's called. Yeah, and then right in here is the canal, because it's all overgrown. The towpath trail is right here, so we're going to do our best to hike along the towpath trail. It's right along, what do I call this? This is Black's Bridge Road. Like I said, we were down, where were we last episode? Up that way a little bit more. Alright, but let's get to exploring. Yeah, there you can kind of see the canal going up through there. It's all filled in with, it's kind of marshy. Anyway, but you can kind of pretty much see the line of it there. Alright. Well, let's see how overgrown this is going to end up being. Got some poison ivy already. But yeah, this is the towpath right here. You know, there's just kind of a trail up here. Not too bad. But like I said, we hadn't had much luck recently with seeing locks, but we get to see two in this episode. We'll see what condition they're in. I should mention too that we are coming to the end of Lebanon County here soon for the canal, which is one more county than Dauphin County. In fact, after I'm finished filming this section, I am going to do one more episode today, finishing up Lebanon County. At least that's the plan. Got a few more permissions to do later today, and we're just going to finish it up. Not the canal, but like I say, here in Lebanon County. So we finished Berks County, and today hopefully we'll finish Lebanon County. There's just a little bit of water running through the canal. Alright, so we're getting wet and covered in spider webs. It rained last night, so all the leaves are kind of wet. As you're walking through the brush, it gets you wet. Of course, then there's the spider webs. Yeah, you can probably hear people camping over there. Alright, it just keeps getting thicker. Alright, no sign of lock 23 yet, but I think we're close. Alright, so now this is interesting. Check that out down there. So the canal, this is the canal right here. It's kind of hard to tell, but And the towpath is right up here. It's kind of where we're walking. But here, there's a culvert right there with quite a bit of water coming out. But this kind of washed, this is the canal right here, but it kind of washed right through the towpath. That's the towpath, the kind of cross section over there. Kind of washed through here. And the canal continues on that way. But yeah, that is an old culvert, stone line. Let's see if we can get closer. So yeah, that is what that is. I wonder if, yeah, I mean, that definitely goes back to the canal days. As you can see the stonework there. Looks like it's collapsing a little bit on the left there. Wow. Yeah, I wonder if that was bringing water into the canal from a source a little bit further up. I gotta get up there anyway to get across here, instead of trying to cross here and get up that slippery bank. So let's see what's on the other side. I didn't know this was here, but that is definitely canal related. It has age to it. Cool. Let me get a couple pictures of that. Yeah, so here's the other end of it. That's the modern culvert, obviously, that crosses the road, but I can see the stonework right there. I gotta get down there, get a better view. All right, so we scrambled down. Check that out. That is old. And this is a piece of history that needs to be preserved. I don't know if anybody even knows this is here. Old culvert. Yeah, there's another look at it. Wow. Hey, just some beautiful stonework. This is one of those things that, you know, anyway, really needs to be preserved and known about, I think. Alright. So hopefully someday that can be more preserved. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but there is talk of the, I don't know if it's, I'm afraid to say this, but the people that own the land over there might be buying this land. The two owners are kind of working it out, I think, and then the towpath trail and canal will be open for the public to see. I mean, right now it's private property where I am at, but there's talk of, you know, that changing, and maybe stuff like that could be, you know, cleaned up, and anyway, for other people to see, it's kind of cool. Yeah, the humidity out here is definitely ripe today. Yeah, I think we have a lock up here. Yes, I see stonework. Oh, there's water everywhere. You know what? It's not in horrible shape either. You can see the stonework all along the edge. We'll get down in there. Looks like it's pretty easy to walk through. Just gotta get through the thorns here. Let me get back to you. Yeah, here we are, lock 23. I mean, some of the nice finished stonework is still here. You can see nice, clean-looking blocks. But then some of it has been removed. Obviously, you see the more rougher work underneath. All right, let's walk through. Gotta get some pictures here too. Wow. Cool. Yeah, it's all nice on either side here. Yeah, it's actually really nice. Like most of the nice finished stonework is still here. There's no thorns in here either. Wow. Alright, so now we'll pick you guys up and take you guys through a walkthrough. Lots of moss and ferns on this side. Yeah. Yeah, there's some big blocks in there. This is all limestone. We'll just make it over this log here. That's what's most abundant around these parts. Get my foot over, whoops. Just trying to crawl over a log there. Yeah, once again at the ends there's some stonework missing, but I think some at the top too. Yeah, and here and there's a whole block missing. You kind of wonder, where'd that one go? I mean, unless it's this moss-covered one right here that kind of fell out. It's possible. Yeah. A beautiful spot, actually. Cool. Yeah, so lock 23 is in decent condition. You know, at the ends, once again, all that nicer stone has been taken away. This corner is missing altogether. It would have come all the way out to here. Wow. Lock 23, pretty cool. So lock 23 was thumbs up, because I'm sweating like a pig now. Onwards to lock 24. We'll see what that one's. I was told that both are in pretty good condition, but anyway, I see a whole bunch of thorns up here. I gotta figure out how I want to get through. Well, I made my way through the thorns. You can kind of see some of the campsites back here, but I gotta head back up this way. Oh, there's a little toad down there. Hey, buddy. And we'll let you go. We got a lock to find. All right. Oh boy. Not sure if I want to go through that or not. All right, back on the towpath. In search of lock 24. Once again, right down here is the canal. Man, I'm a mess. I probably shouldn't have worn a white shirt today, but anyway. All right. Yeah, down here it gets kind of wet. Filled with water down through here. All right. It's kind of, there's kind of a little path here, but it gets pretty overgrown at times. Yeah, we are literally right next to the road up there. So you come down Blacksbridge Road down this area. You can kind of look down this way and see the canal. Oh man. Thorns, thorns, thorns. What's our song again? Hello Thorns, my old friend. Come to walk through you again. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to walk through that. Alright. Gotta find a better way. Well, getting through there was an absolutely wretched experience. I didn't have much choice. There was mush down there. There was thorns here. Thorns all down there. Kind of had to, it's either that or backtracking quite a bit, so busted my way through. But it looks like a bit more clear up here. All right, so I'm back in the canal again, and I see stonework up ahead. So we have come to lock 24 finally. Whew. Not sure if I would have hacked through all that if there wasn't a lock to see up here. Yeah, here it is. This one's got water in it. Pretty overgrown. Let's see if we can get closer this way. Once again, a field of thorns. It's like the thorns protect these rocks. But yeah, you can see the stonework right there, going up through there. Well, I'm not gonna be able to get any closer from this direction. That's all wet, but it looks like it's a little bit clearer up top. So we'll see what the other end looks like too. So I'm gonna get up top to the towpath. Yeah, here's looking down in. See some of the stonework. Yeah, quite a bit of that nice stone. It's all overgrown. This is just as awful up here too, but I'm hoping at the other end we'll get a better look down through. We'll see. Man. Yeah, here's looking down through the lock again. You see more of that stonework through there. Whew. Yeah, look at this. Alright. But these are two locks that could be easily, well, I should say easily, but relatively easily cleaned up, I believe. I mean, the road is right up there, and it wouldn't be too easy to get back here. You know, depending on who owns this, you know, and wants to make this available to the public. These could be cleaned up nicely. I think they should be too. There's some beautiful stuff back here to see. Alright, but it would be a lot of work, I should say. I mean, it's just that some of the locks we've been to are far from any kind of easy access, but the access to these is not too difficult, so it would still take a lot of work to get rid of all this stuff. But, all right, but here's the other end of it. It does have the nice rounded corner still there, but I'm not getting down there. That's a lot of deep, nasty looking water there. So, but yeah, you can still see nice stonework. It's collapsing out a little bit there. Another reason why these need to be, I think, cleaned up and preserved, to get these trees. There's trees growing on that. Those roots tend to push the stones out. Yeah. Alright, there you go. The end of Lock 24. So like I said, I do have permission for the next property over, but we'll see how far we go. It's not a huge property, but if it continues to be like this, I mean, this is some of the worst stuff. We've been through some bad stuff on this series, but this area has been bad, rough. So we'll see. We'll see how bad it is that way. I mean, we'll see what happens. I braved these thorns and stuff just because I knew there were some locks here. So we'll see. Well, we're gonna keep going for now. I think this is the property boundary right here. Yeah, see both names on there. So the towpath trail is right up there, and the canal is on the other side. Just a little bit easier walking down here for now. So I'm gonna keep going. Now, somebody might be wondering, you know, about getting back. Do I have to go through all that stuff again? No, because I can just make my way. That campground area is down through there, so I just walk through that, and it'll be easier getting back to where I parked. I don't have to go through all those thorns again. Let's pop up here again. Yeah, down there is the canal once again. It's all filled with, it's kind of marshy all down in there. Yeah, I was wrong about that. We still are on the original property. Haven't changed yet. Alright, mosquitoes are coming out now too. Back up on the towpath for just a bit, and down there's the canal again. It's pretty steep on the other side, so I think I'm on the other property now. I know he told me that it gets pretty steep on that side. So the Sotara Creek should be just down there. They kind of meet up almost side by side. That's when I know I'm at the edge of this property. So at that point then we'll turn back. But I think I'll still keep going a little bit. Get down through this section, you get a really clear look at the canal. That's looking back the way we came. That's continuing onwards. Just trying to find the best course of action here too. This isn't easy, folks. I mean, it's rewarding, but it's challenging at the same time. So once again, there's the canal, but we are coming up on the Swatara Creek. You can see it back there. So we'll soon be done with this section. I'm assuming there'll be a trail back along the creek towards the campground. Assume. All right. Yeah, you can see it right down there. All right, one last look at the canal for this section. Looks like there's kind of a rock slide right there, but there's looking back the dense jungle. Yeah, but just on the other side here is the creek. So somewhere around here is where this property ends. Yeah, right here's the creek. All right. So now we just got to go that way. So there's kind of a fisherman's path here along the creek, which is not a super great trail, but it's a lot better than what we were going through earlier. Right. Some decent views of the creek. It's a bit muddy, because that's Swatara is usually like that after some rains. All right. It's that campground, actually not too far up ahead, I think. So we're back to pretty much a complete bushwhack again. Not sure what happened to that little trail, because I could easily have lost it out here. Spider webs. All right. Well, I found a fairly decent path again, which I'm pretty sure means we're close to civilization again. I hope so. Maybe. I feel like I'm lost in the Amazon jungle. I'm not lost, but you know, even the muddy creek looks like the Amazon. That's where my trail go. I guess you can kind of see it. All right. Whew, I'm getting hungry too. What have we found here? Slightly mowed trail. I heard a dog barking. I heard music earlier, kids playing, so I think we have made it. Sheesh. Yeah, I see a camper up ahead. But we have made it. Hello, civilization. So this has been one of the toughest explores I've done in a while, just because of the overgrown, the heat, the humidity, the thorns. But it was worth it. We found that really old culvert. Bugs flying in my ears. And then there's 2 canals, which are pretty good shape. So, but folks, that's what exploring is sometimes. It ain't always pretty. I mean, what you find can be nice, but anyway, I gotta get back to the Jeep, relax a little bit, cool off a bit, and then I'm gonna be making another video, like I said, finishing up this section of the contact the next property owner. I told him to call them up before I show up, so not sure when I'll post that video, but as always, folks, thanks for coming along. We made it out of the jungle, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.